Welcome. We are starting now. It is 10 o'clock and there's still 40 plus people in the waiting room looking to come in. We're at 114 and growing, 15, 16. This is awesome. Hey, we know you're all very busy. We appreciate you putting this in your calendar. We want to encourage you to have this as a reoccurring meeting in your calendar. This is the Now Nation. We are rebranded, and it is a group of all of you and the leaders that the reason you're here at EXP is because you have leaders. And so I want to go over some of the leaders here that came together and said, you know what, we're far better if we really work together as one team, one dream, and kind of have a melting pot as a nation, if you will, the Now Nation. And so really, I got to give credit where credit's due. Courtney Twist and Michelle Roderick had the original name of Now Nation, and they, being selfless leaders, they said, go ahead and help us mute, right? There you go. And they had the selfless, as a leader saying, hey, we will offer Now Nation. And we all voted. We said, man, we love that. That is great. Let's make things happen now. So that's what we have going on, a rebranding, a coming together of all the leadership. So we got Courtney Twist and Michelle Roderick. They're about 100 plus agents and growing, super exciting. Got a lot of momentum. You got Amir Kakovic. I don't know if I've seen him yet on here, but he's a rock star, 300 plus in his organization and growing. You got Russell Inyart, 200 plus. You got Tom Daves, 900 plus, something like that. Don Yoakum, well over 1,000 agents. Randy Bird approaching 1,300 agents. Jackie McKelvin, well over 100 agents. Myself, 180, approaching 200. So we all came together for you guys. Now, one of the things that we realized in the past with Atomic Habits, it was good, but there was a lot of things that there wasn't necessarily implementation right away, like doing things now to help you grow your business. And so I want to break down what the format is going to be from here forward with Now Nation and this, we're calling our weekly team huddle. It's kind of like a sports basketball theme. So week 1 is going to be tech and AI. And we have an amazing guest today that's going to be breaking things down regarding AI and tech. Happens to be the founder of EXP. I mean, you can't get higher in the top than that in our company. So we're super excited. I don't know if I've seen him on, so maybe give me a thumbs up if he's here.
I am here.
Oh, he is here. Okay. All right. So hang tight. Good to know you're here. That's awesome. So week 1 is going to be tech and AI, and we couldn't think of anybody better than our founder, Glenn Sanford, to come and really roll things out on where things are going with tech and AI and how we can implement this to sell more homes, help more people. Okay. Now, week 2 is going to be lead generation, because we realize that if you don't have leads, you're not really going to be growing your business. You're not going to be getting things in escrow, and you're not going to be getting commission checks to help your family. So it all starts with lead generation, and there's a lot of different ways to create leads in this business. So we will handle that week 2 every month. Okay. So that'll be like the second quarter, right? First quarter of the game is week 1. Second quarter is week 2. Then we got week 3, which is systems.
Can you mute everyone?
Yeah. Okay. So systems and processes. We realized as leaders, this is really, really important, because if you're going to work on getting your time back, you have to build a business. And a business is something that can grow and sustain itself without your
Hey, sorry guys. Matthew, I muted you. Sorry. No more talking for Matthew.
Okay.
Where
did I get muted? I was on a roll. That was my best stuff.
A lot of people were talking, Matthew, so they took global control.
Okay. So where did I?
We just lost about 2 seconds, so keep going.
Okay. So we got week 2, which is like second quarter. Then we got week 3, which is systems and process, and the aspect of we want to help you build a business so it's not 100% dependent on your efforts and your time, because you'll get burnout. Like we want to, Glenn, one of the things he said, look, realtors don't have exit strategies. Part of that is you got to build a business, have systems and process, and then take advantage of the other items that he has put together in the model so that we can eventually exit off the transactional treadmill if you desire. Week 4 or fourth quarter of the month. Remember, it's not quarters of the year, quarter of the month. So week 4 is always going to be client presentations and engagement. How to engage with your clients pre-sale, during sale, post-sale, get referrals, these sort of things. Buyer presentations to get higher commissions and get them to sign the bottom line, listing presentations, and so on. There's always 4 weeks in every month, but sometimes there's a 5th. And we're calling that overtime. So pretty good, right? Like we really worked on that. So we got overtime on those. I think there's 3 months a year that have 5 weeks. And so we're going to bring in a big name guest, and we're also going to talk either agent attraction or a big name guest and a topic that they want to, whether it be motivation or something like that. So that's going to be the cadence of the flow from here forward on Now Nation. Okay, now you're going to have potentially some questions today. Please utilize the chat. And also, when you get an aha of something that Glenn shares, you go, oh my gosh, that's amazing. You will solidify it in your brain even more if you type it in the chat, and then you help your other fellow teammates when they look through the chat and they go, oh, I didn't think of that, or I missed that. That's a great point. And you're helping the collective. Okay. So can we all agree that we're going to utilize the chat? We're going to be engaged. Now, the other thing is, you non-camera people, come on now. We're going to show up now. We're going to have our camera on. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Terry and Paul. Let's have our cameras on so that we are engaging with each other and we're fully, oh my gosh, we got Kyle Whistle in here. Hey, Kyle Whistle. Wow, look at that. And I'm calling out no cameras. Anyway, all right. So camera on, questions in the chat.
Thank you.
Now, good to have you, Kyle. All right. So without further ado, some of you may not know Glenn Sanford, which I'd be shocked if you don't, but he's the founder of our company. He had the vision in 2009 during super hard times, had some brick and mortars and realized this ain't working. We better figure something else out or we're going to go look for work. And he came up with the cloud-based, I think way ahead of his time, if we can agree, like cloud-based in 2009. But look where we are today, the #1 independent brokerage in the entire world. Nobody sells more closed escrows as an indie brokerage in the world than EXP. And he has absolutely, I think, created more millionaires in real estate than any other brokerage, bar none. So like, it's amazing what he's put together. We're super blessed to have him. Glenn, I'm going to step aside and give you the platform, my friend. Thanks for letting me yammer on here.
Awesome. Hey, thanks, Matthew. And hey, good to see everyone. I'm just gonna I mean, how many people are in attendance? It's a good size.
It's 199 holding. I think we're over 200 coming up here.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, thanks for inviting me, Tom. Thanks for being persistent in getting me on here. There's and I love how you introduce things, Matthew. If we really think about this business, think about anything really in life, it's a platform for personal development. You'll notice I'm wearing my success hat today, but it's you can think about it as Zen and the art of selling real estate, or Zen and the art of growing your business. And so anyway, I've had a chance now to work on success directly for about 10 months, focused exclusively on using AI to basically rebuild the entire platform. And AI has come so far, so fast. It is absolutely crazy what you're able to do today that you couldn't do 18 months ago. I think it was around, let's see, in February of 2025 was when we discovered as a company Lovable. Actually, I had discovered it. We were, and then I brought that to EXP in general. Now the entire company is basically building massive amounts of applications on a regular basis to solve real world challenges and move faster. And the way I think about it now is that as a real estate professional, you have so many tools available to you that you as a non-coder can build whatever you want for your business in pretty much real time. And so that has literally changed the game. There's so many different things you can build. Let me share a screen if I can. Let me see if I've got sharing privileges.
Yeah, we're going to make you, oh, here we go.
I'm now a co-host.
Yeah.
How many of you are familiar with Suno? Maybe type in the chat if you are. And if you're not, I want to encourage you to start to think about it, partially because it's a tool that you can use to even work on your mindset. Meaning that if there are parts of your business that aren't flowing the way that they could be flowing, a lot of that has to do fundamentally with your belief system. It really isn't. It's not a lot of times it's not an effort problem. It's a belief problem, and we all actually already know the beliefs that we should have to be able to operate at a higher level. So what I've been doing is I've literally been building out music that is fundamentally reshaping my personal belief system. So I'll just go in here. I'll share this here. I'm going to share this this particular one. I'm going to put this in the chat.
Love it.
If I can find I think I can find the chat somewhere here. And you can actually listen to this playlist, but this is a playlist that I built using Claude, and it's really a grow your business playlist. And it's pretty amazing if you think about the idea that what's one of the biggest challenges in real estate, and I'll sort of submit it. Maybe use the chat. What's the biggest challenge in real estate? Type in the chat what you think your biggest challenge is. Leverage, time, managing time. How many of you would put the weight of the phone to be more heavier than the weight in the gym? The reality is that most of us, and myself included, like this week, we went on, and some of you may have got reached out to me by me. We were working on our shareholder vote drive, and so I was picking up the phone, and guess what? The phone was actually quite heavy on the first few phone calls. And I actually played this first song, which is called Coffee and Callbacks. And it's a beautiful song that just it's a slow, low tempo song, which is all about basically this whole idea of just building your pipeline, staying in touch with the folks that you want to stay in touch with. And all these songs, when you get a chance to listen to them, they all sort of follow a theme. And what I did is, and I'll kind of describe how I did this because I think it's pretty interesting. How many of you are using Claude in the chat? Let me know if you're using Claude. Probably works on ChatGPT as well. But I am a huge Claude fan, and I'm also a really huge Cowork fan. So, in fact, what I'll do is I'll show you this because this could be pretty instructive for those of you who aren't. And I'm just going to go into Cowork. I'm going to share a different screen. So let me share this and go to projects. And I'm going to go to Zoom. Let's go to share. Let's go to Claude. Okay, you'll see how many. So if you're not familiar with Cowork, this is chat. This is Cowork. This is code. But Cowork is a really powerful platform. And so I'm going to go and look at Cowork. I'm going to look at my projects in Cowork, and I've got one called Success Music. And I'm going to what's the name of this group? Now Nation. Was
Now
that what I
Nation,
heard?
baby.
Okay. I'm going to type in here. I would like to build a what do we have in terms of number one things that the team here suggested was their most challenging stuff? Getting leads, consistency, following up on my calendar. So build me an album, an album. Oops, an album, and for okay, my chat keeps saying album for the Now Nation group at EXP for follow up for their business. What music style should it be in? Matthew, maybe you can share with me what music style do you like the best?
Oh gosh, I'm not the music
Country,
guy.
go country.
Okay, for their business.
No, we're like hip hop, Tom.
Hip
Hip-hop.
upbeat.
Okay, hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hip hop, upbeat.
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
In a hip hop style that covers topics like consistency, prospecting. What would be a couple other ideas?
Execution.
Discipline.
And discipline. Okay.
There you go.
Grit.
Oh, discipline and grit. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Grit is good.
okay. In the style of success music, drive my.
What are we doing?
I'll show you. You'll find out.
Oh, we got Jay Nelson. Nice.
Drive my Suno.
I'm in a car. I didn't know what we were doing. I'm so sorry.
You're not muted, brother. We love you though.
So that I can create an album. So here's my prompt, and so now it's going to actually build me an album in Suno that I can now listen to. That will be basically driving the topics that are most interesting to me when I'm out prospecting, when I'm driving between appointments, when I'm doing any number of things. So it's going to ask me some user questions here momentarily. But the cool thing is that in about 10 minutes, in fact, once we're done with this presentation, I'll share this album with everybody.
Okay.
So you can actually listen to this album that we created. So it says Conscious Boom Bap Album 13 Style. Let's just do that. Scholars Lead, Spark recommended. Okay. Universal Real Estate, EXP flavored but not branded, and then full 10-track album. And now it's going to go build me an album.
So you're literally, just to be clear, it's creating like 10 songs. I mean, we've worked on this for like 4 minutes or something, and it's going to create an album. It's going to create an album. Yeah. In fact, once and so it's going to go in, it's going to build a set of lyric tracks. It's going to build a set of styles that make sense song by song. So, just like an album that you would listen to on it's not just one style every song. Each song has its own different style that kind of leads to the next song in a cohesive order. And so it makes it super, super listenable, and it's like this hack. Like I call this, it's like you're hacking your system. So it's now going to build this
album called Now or Nothing. So that's going to be the name of our album.
All right, Now or Nothing. So here's a question. Somebody said, is this included with EXP or is it a separate cost? And if it is a separate cost, like what does it cost to get, this is Suno, is that right?
Suno, yeah. So I think I pay $20 a month for it. And you can make, basically, you can't use your credits up. You'd have to basically spend all day, every day on it before you run out of your credits each month. Okay. So you can generate like 500 songs a month out of it. So it's pretty crazy. So I've been doing this, and it is, we've got now 13 albums we're going to release on Success Music here later on in the year, for every style of music, and it's all mindset related. And so it's pretty cool what we can do using a platform like Cowork. So what I've done is you can customize your Cowork, and you can actually add connectors. And so one of the connectors is I've actually installed Claude in Chrome, and that's one of the connectors. And so it can actually drive your browser. So you can think about this as in another way. It's going to drive my browser in the background here in a minute, and I might pull that up while I was driving it. But you can think about your CRM. How many of you love entering data into your CRM and working in your CRM? Well, so with Cowork, you could literally connect it to your CRM and start having conversations with Cowork, and it will do all your data entry into your CRM. It'll build your follow-ups. It'll even draft emails and put it into your Gmail so you can send your email follow-ups. You can connect it to your iMessages to create your text message communications. If you're following up on prospecting, it can be basically driving your iMessage in your on your computer. So there's so many different things you can do once you start to hook this up, where it can start to actually run your business sort of automatically. See, Terry, you've got your hand up.
Yeah, hi, Glenn. Thanks. I was working on some of these APIs with Claude and Lofty, but I have the EXP Lofty license. Just a heads up, I know we can't solve it on this call, but you can actually connect an API to the EXP Lofty license because of the API restrictions on the type of license that Lofty or that EXP gives us. So you either have to change your license model to an independent. So I don't know if there's a way that EXP can renegotiate that. I do have a complete side call with Lofty EXP, just so you know, but wanted to throw it out there.
Yeah, I mean, certainly all those companies that provide the CRMs, they always give us a slightly light version so they can charge more on the back end. But the cool thing is that what I'm showing you here is you can actually use it to drive your browser, and it can actually then connect to and actually drive your browser and actually work in your CRM without even an API.
Yeah, I did figure that out in the background. You just can't do at night work when it's unattended. But anyway, that's something different. Thanks, Glenn, for letting me at least yap.
Hey,
yeah, if you're logged in, it should be able to. But I haven't used it. So I've got all these scheduled tasks. So I've got scheduled tasks that actually work and will connect to my Chrome browser and actually do real work, even outside of the normal hours. So if I wanted to create a task and said, create me a Suno album, that using that, since that's what I'm talking about, I could have it go and drive it, in the middle of the night. I could have it check my email. I can have it use. There's this other cool thing called Dispatch, which is pretty amazing. You can basically from your phone do everything that I'm doing in Cowork and do it from your phone, and it will actually connect to the right project and actually then do work sort of remotely as well. So there's a number of things, and if it can't do it today, literally within 30 days, you'll probably be able to do it.
So Glenn, a couple things. I want to make sure that one, we give them implementation type stuff. So one of the things regarding real estate production, just thinking outside the box here, it's so easy to make a song. You literally could make a song for your new listing or a listing presentation, send it before you go on your listing appointment. And, just ways you can differentiate yourself between, the other realtors you're competing against for that listing. That could be kind of cool. They go, wow. And you could really position yourself as somebody that's really in touch with technology and AI and so on.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I would do is I would create a project in Cowork for your real estate business. And so, I'm going to call this, I'm just going to start from scratch, but I'm just going to call it, let's call it a CMA creation. So I'll just do this and let's see, let me grab a photo from somewhere, photo of house.
So while you're doing that, Glenn, I want to prep you for the next thing we'll transition to, because I do want you to talk about the hub, because that's going to be coming out here pretty soon. And that on the leadership calls, really, I think, is what we're leaning into, is creating that community and that cultural connection that we had with Workplace that's kind of been lagging with Slack and all that. So maybe you could talk a little bit about that, kind of tee that up for next. And then the other thing would be Mira. I think there was something, Mira and EXP, and that was new to me. So maybe you could that would be two things I definitely want to have you cover as we go transition from what you're doing here.
Okay, so I'm going to do a slightly different thing here. If you don't have Gamma is like a super cool tool. And you can connect it. You can connect it to your Chrome as well, or your Claude as well. But I'm just going to ask it to create me a demo CMA using Gamma connection using this photo. So I'm hoping this works. I'm just taking a stab in the dark that it will work. But the Gamma is a super cool platform. How many of you are using Gamma? Maybe just type it in the chat, because I think Gamma is like something that should be in everybody's toolbox these days.
Yeah, just type Gamma in the chat box there if you're using it. Cool.
So let me just go for Anchor. Let's see, demo. Okay, luxury. Let's go 2 million plus. Okay, so it's going to do a quick demo CMA. And it's going to actually drive this, and it's actually going to create this as a Gamma that you could let's see, am I seeing? Let's see, everyone. Okay, let's see how many people are using Gamma. What is Gamma? Okay, so let me share a slightly different screen. It's going to hopefully do this. So I'm going to just share my Gamma screen here. So let's go here. This is actually a Gamma, but I'm going to so Gamma is an AI-based PowerPoint platform. And so you can do a lot of really cool stuff with Gamma, in that you can I could create a new I can create basically slides. Basically, it's a slideshow creator is really what it comes down to. But if you think about it, a CMA, a listing presentation, a buyer presentation, an EXP explained deck with a new prospect, you could literally take anything that you want to do, and you can create a very customized presentation in almost real time using Gamma. So right now I've got in the background I'll just make sure that it's generating. But if it should be generating a presentation in Gamma, and I don't know if I'll see it. Yeah, so you can see it's actually generating me a presentation in Gamma. I started 8 seconds ago, and I drove this from Claude. So you get a Gamma subscription. It's again, fairly inexpensive. I think it's $20 a month or something for a basic subscription. I pay for a more advanced subscription because I'm doing tons and tons of these Gamma presentations all the time. So I've got I don't know how many I've got in here, but it's almost unlimited what you can actually build using Gamma. It just keeps on getting better and better. So I've got which was this Gamma here. This was a deck that I did again using AI, where it created me this really beautiful deck around, and I did this almost with one prompt. So once you've got a folder in Claude that's for your real estate business or growing your rev share organization, or both, it could be a combination, you can start to drive the creation of assets super quickly from your Claude subscription into all of these other platforms. So that's really the sort of the big sort of unlock. So here's our competitive market analysis that we've just generated.
So real quick, Glenn, before you roll that out, I just want to, I think you made a point there that was easily missed or glossed over. So, and it's really key. I'm not a huge implementer of AI. I know I need to. I know I'm not the only one on this call of 228 agents. It's like we're overload. There's so many things going on that we got to just keep this plate spinning just to continue to make it in the business and grow our business and so on. And so I think there are a lot of times agents are like, oh my gosh, one more thing I got to learn or whatever. But what it sounds like and what you're demonstrating is using AI. You said you built that out with almost one prompt, like one thing you put in there, and then it boop, 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 spit out this presentation, and then you could kind of fine tune it or tweak it. So what I'm getting from you is, don't be afraid to just start just playing with it. Like, just block out some time once a week or whatever of like, okay, I need to learn this AI thing because I'm going to be left behind. And so, Glenn, what would be the first AI platform they should, if they want to get into it, what would be the first one? Sounds like maybe Claude.
Yeah, I would think Claude's kind of the one to really look at. And then from Claude, you can then hook up other things to it. That's basically, they're called connectors.
Okay.
And so that would be kind of my the next thing that I would do. But the idea is start with one: Claude, ChatGPT, to a lesser extent Gemini. Gemini is obviously a solid platform as well. But I would right now I'm using Claude the most. I used to use ChatGPT the most. I think, but I think that OpenAI has really moved the needle on ChatGPT. So if you're using ChatGPT, a lot of these same things you can do in ChatGPT. But Claude just now presently my favorite version.
Okay. All right. So you guys, if you're not, you need to be getting into AI. It's actually going to make things easier, but there's that initial fear of learning curve, kind of like picking up that phone and making the call. It's, I got to learn one thing. Just start playing around with it. Just start. That's the thing, right? Just go now. We're Now Nation. Like, let's get started on this. And then before you know it, you do 1%, every day, get a little better. Before you know it, 30, 60, 90 days, you're running circles around your previous you of 90 days. So, all right, carry on. So this is the comparative market analysis here for Austin, Texas.
Yeah. So this was, let's see, where am I? Okay. So this was just, one prompt in Claude, as you saw. Now what I would do is I would just go in and I would just change these photos out. So you can double click on the photos. Oops, my double click. I need to go into edit mode. So I can go in and I can change this, and I could change it to another photo. I could upload a photo of the property, or I could leave these photos in. So you've got the ability to let's see, image upload from URL, and or image upload or URL. So I'm going to click to upload, and I'm going to find my downloaded picture. So this was my picture. And now it's going to replace the image, and now I've got this, hopefully this image showing up in my deck. Not yet, but I think you get the idea. You can go in and sort of double click these things and edit and add things. But you could think about the idea that any part of your business that you need a presentation for, if you're working and you connect Claude to it, literally this stuff will literally come right out in real time with virtually no need to do a lot of work post. There'll be some, like changing out the photo at the front end would be like something that you would do. But if you've got data, you've got your comparative market analysis, you can connect this. By the way, you could be driving through your MLS, and you could actually have Claude go and find comparables and go and build your CMA by actually going through your MLS to find the info, find the photos, and then build you your CMA. So that would be like a use case that is pretty straightforward. Even today, you could do that like as a.
And pretty awesome too. Terry, we're going to leave questions till the end because we can get too technical. Type it in the chat. I'll circle back around. We'll go through it. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's transition because we can't get it all done in 1 week. And remember, guys, the first week of every month is AI and tech. So we're going to be diving deep and teaching you how to implement and so on. But if you take one thing out of this is you just got to start now and pick Claude, start playing with it, and keep the ball, moving forward here. Okay, so Glenn, would you like to talk about Mira or the hub or?
So let's talk about the hub. By the way, you'll see we've got songs going on. We got the Now or Nothing here. So if you guys want to hear what AI's generated for us initially, I'll give this a little play here. This will be the very first playing of the Now or Nothing theme song. So
there we go, baby.
See if it beats Courtney's production, huh?
You've heard the sermons. You've kept the notes. You felt the fire in your chest. Now there's only one thing left to do. There's no Tuesday. There's no Monday. There's no tomorrow. There's now, or there's nothing. The door is right there. The moment don't wait, don't compare. Pick up the phone, lift the chin. This is where the rest of your life begins. Yeah. Plans on paper don't pay the mortgage. Goals in a journal don't open the storage. Vision needs a verb needs a hand needs a clock to say now is the plan. I've been talking about that call I was gonna make until I realized the talking was the stake. Eat the verb, eat the verb, eat the verb, eat.
Right there behind the car.
And put fork to the meat. Now is a country you can move there today. The rent is your willingness to act and obey. Someday is a city that does not exist. Don't book a ticket to a place that won't insist. The door is right there. The moment don't wait.
So
I love it. Come on, let's go. That's amazing.
So so that was being driven. In fact, I think it's still probably driving some more songs here in the back end. But we'll have a bunch of songs. I'll build an album, share it with you guys before the end of this. So your question was on the hub.
DJ Jazzy Glenn. All right, let's go. Yeah, the hub. Let's do it.
Yeah. So if you haven't went to the hub, by the way, some of you may already know this, but I actually built the initial version of the hub last year.
Yes,
and so I was using a combination of Claude and the Codex to build it. I never looked at a single line of code. And basically what I did is I gave it screenshots of Workplace of what we used to use and said, I want to build this platform out for EXP. And then one of the things we wanted to do is like take the, like EXP Live. There's a radio station. If you want to listen to KGCI on air, you click through here.
Focus on when calling my leads and running online lead campaigns. And that is mindset.
So we've got you. If you're looking for what's working now, you can listen to KGCI right there in the hub. So we've got lots of different. We've got messaging like you would expect. We've got lots of knowledge base groups, events, and then you'll see obviously a lot of stuff kind of going through the thread here, just like we used to see before. But now with our own version of the platform. So it's we've also got events, so you can start to look at what events are going on. You can see all the events. You can start to go, okay, I'm going to attend the Bold Trail. I'm going to attend some of these different events that are going on, and you can actually start to look at either live streams, and then you can also show based on location. So if you wanted to see stuff that's in your location, you can start to actually see that as well. So we're continuing to build it out. The more, as we know, the more inclusive we are in the things that we do, the better things grow. So, if you've got events that you're doing that you think agents at EXP would benefit from, it helps with your personal brand. In terms of just being recognized as somebody who gives back. So if you've got stuff that you want to sort of highlight and help other agents out in the EXP ecosystem, that again just becomes a nice, cool way to give back to the organization at large. So this is we're making we're pushing into the hub. I think starting in a couple of weeks, we're going to basically be turning off Slack and going 100% into the hub. Nice. And then you'll be able to actually go in here. There's a little submit a report. So if you've got a way to improve it, you can either provide feedback or provide a bug report, and then the team will use that to improve the system. And a lot of times you'll see the fixes or the improvements come in less than 24 or 48 hours because they can literally make updates that quick.
So a couple things, Glenn. I just want to, so we got a lot of people on here and I don't think they realize just how flexible one of our key components of EXP is agility and flexibility and so on. That's one of our core principles. And you guys had signed, I believe, if I remember correctly, a 3-year deal with Slack. We had to transition to that. It did not go well with the agent populace straight away within the first 6 to 8 to 9 months. And leadership at EXP from you down listened and said, hey, even though we're committed financially for a 3-year contract, we got to do something different. And that's when you just, took leadership and responsibility and said, hey, I'm just going to build a new one. And now we've got the hub and we're going away from Slack, and taking the financial consequences, whatever that is, for the betterment of us as agents. And I got to say, I've been here 6.5 years. You've always put the agent first. You coming from the agent background and selling yourself, you always put the agent first, which is amazing because not a lot of other companies are doing that. They're stockholder run and so on. So kudos to you on that. I do have a couple questions. They want to know, is there an app version? How's it coming on the Apple app version? Give us an update on that. And there was a couple other questions. I'll jump in, but go ahead and start there.
Yeah, no, there is an app version. And let me see if we have a link to it. While you're looking, I'll let everybody know we do have the Now Nation group created on the hub. So you're definitely going to want to go onto the hub and search Now Nation and join the group on the hub, because from what I understand, our 2 platforms of technology is going to be My EXP and the hub, right? That's kind of where we're navigating to, and it's going to be our core apps and platforms. Is that right, Glenn? Yeah, it's going to be, the hub's going to be a huge part of it. A lot of stuff is going to be ultimately connecting there, and then everything else will sort of flow off of that. So, if you're using the hub, and you can, create a private group like we used to do on Facebook for Now Nation, and then so that can be a tool that you can use for connecting this group at large, or if you want to make it a more open group where people can find it and then join, that you can do as well. So there's a lot of ways that you're going to be able to use it.
That's awesome. So it is hub.exprealty.com for those that are not familiar with the thing. Go join, because we are going to be transitioning company-wide here soon. Like Glenn said, 2, 3, 4 weeks, something like that. So
just welcome like 10 new members to the Now Nation group on the Hub. So thanks for the shout out. Go join now.
Okay. Oh, awesome. So it already exists.
Oh yeah, we created it already. Yeah, we do things now, like now. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, that and then let me. Yeah. So I will get. Yeah. So you see Now Nation. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, you could pull it up. Maybe search for it, Glenn. Maybe.
Yeah. So let's search for this Now Nation. And then, oh, there we go.
There we are. Look at that.
Boom.
I'm gonna join your group.
Do it, man. All's welcome.
Okay. Very cool. I love it. No, this is awesome. So and I've been approved. So
yes,
I am in.
We do things now, man.
Okay, cool. Well,
okay,
what else can I
Mira.
Support you with?
I saw something regarding Mira. That's a name I haven't heard. What is that all about?
Yeah, so Mira was one of the original AIs. I haven't. I don't use Mira too much, but this is something when you can log in with Passport, you can actually ask about your group, you can ask about commissions, you can ask about a number of different things. So this is, and hopefully this.
Was this like the Ask Leo AI that we were kicking around the idea of?
Yeah, and I'm not sure why it's not loading for me. So maybe that it's that it needs to go through a slightly different connection. So I'm going to get with the team and say, why can't I get into Mira? But
I was able to get in yesterday. I did try it first time. So it did work yesterday.
Okay, awesome.
Okay, so while you're pulling up, let me go through some of these. Now would be a time. Oh, Glenn, is there anything else that you'd like to share that would be implementation to help real estate agents grow their business, get more deals, leads, anything like that comes to mind while I'm searching through the chat for questions and such?
You know, there's so many different ways to build a pipeline. I mean, using a platform like HeyGen. So if you haven't used HeyGen yet, the cool thing about HeyGen, let me just see if I'm logged in. I'm not sure if I am or not, but if you start to get into to HeyGen, you can actually take like a photo of yourself, and you can actually have it create videos for you that you can then put on your YouTube channel, in different parts of your business. And why that's important is a lot of times maybe we don't feel comfortable doing a video. Maybe we're looking for a way to maybe automate content creation, and maybe it's neighborhood promotion. It could be any number of different things that you could think about using HeyGen. So you can record your voice, you can take a photo, you can actually then have it go and develop content for you. You can push that out, and you can use that as a way to build content. A lot of us just feel self-conscious, myself included, recording content into a camera, but I would maybe feel more comfortable actually doing it with HeyGen. So that would be a place where you could think about ways to lead gen. Another one, and this one's pretty huge. How many of you have seen hood.guide?
Never heard of this.
Okay, so this is just in beta at the moment, but we've been building this out, and basically this is the idea of you could become your own basically your own hood guide, like if your guide to your neighborhood. And so this is a platform with some stats and other things, but we're going to be putting into the hood guide various people who are in that neighborhood as a lead gen. Now I'll show you this because this is actually a really interesting. I built this one shot using AI, and and so this is So one of the things that people, when you think about lead gen, I think clients, potential clients, shop neighborhoods before they shop houses, and there's very few really good websites for neighborhood information for most cities around the country. And so you could think about your city. Where would you go to learn about the neighborhoods? And there's an extension that you can get through GoDaddy called .community. So I ended up picking up Toronto.community as a demo site, and I just said to Claude, "Can you build me a site?" And then it will literally do things like I can compare neighborhoods, and it will give me comparable walk scores and transit scores and bike scores. And I probably spent a whopping 4 hours using AI to build this. Didn't look at a single line of code, and just said, here's a website that I'd like to build, and it built this entire beautiful website. And I haven't looked at this literally since probably the day that I built it, but it's got all of this really amazing content that I was able to build just using AI, having it go out and do research and building out this thing. It also scrapes events, so you can find events. I don't know how our events calendar is doing, but yeah, it's a little bit dated. I haven't scraped any events lately, but here's one that's coming up that hasn't taken place yet. But it scraped the event. It'll actually literally take me to a place to potentially get tickets to attend the event, hopefully. But it literally built me this beautiful website. So when you think about lead gen, it should be pretty easy to do lead gen nowadays. If you actually take the time to learn how to put up a website, connect to a platform like Vercel, and then there's just let AI do everything else. And literally back when I built it, which you can tell is on February 6th, 2026, that's when I built this, or right around that period of time. So it literally built me things like the ultimate guide to Toronto's neighborhoods.
Wow.
And it did this whole thing itself. It built it out, provided the links right in the content, right to the various places. And I have a very, very beautiful, very functional, very workable website for Toronto that I was able to build in like just a day or so.
It's amazing. So that's digital farming. The old school, I got in the business many decades ago now, and it was, before there was digital anything really, it was all just geographic farming and, the letters and the door knock and all that stuff, which is still effective. But if you can pair it with this and even drive it down to individual subdivisions, you could have individual landing pages and different things like that within this. That's pretty amazing. I do want to give a shout out to Daniel Hodgins. He says, I set up Perplexity Computer to be my social media manager. It now creates and posts 80 plus posts and video across all of my social channels. Let's see. He says, last month I spent roughly 4 hours on the first day of the month to do all of my socials, and most of that was creating video. That's incredible. Like, that's amazing.
It's
right?
Crazy.
That's the power of AI. He spent 4 hours. He blocked it out, time blocking at the beginning of the month, and he's done for the month. And it's off running, doing his thing as if it's him doing it. So we just got to get started. I think that's one of the big takeaways is, you being fearful of it is not going to serve you. So jump in, do things now, take little bite of the elephant at a time, pick Claude, you could utilize Canva, like Courtney Twist said. She goes, hey, I was having so many subscriptions monthly, I needed to pare down my expenses. So I just had Claude Direct to create things in Canva, which we already have provided, through EXP. So that's pretty amazing. I'm still going through for any other questions, but I wanted to point that out. Daniel is rocking it 4 hours a month. That's amazing.
Hey, Matthew, several people have asked about if that was built with Hood Guide.
What's that?
Was that built with Hood Guide, the Toronto.community?
Yes.
Well, Toronto.community was built first, and then Hood Guide was kind of was the next thing that I suggested, is like, could we build, Vancouver.hoodguide or Canada.hoodguide or Canada.hoodguide/Vancouver. So the idea is that we are building basically a next door that will be exclusive to EXP.
Wow.
That's what I thought. That's what
Amazing.
It looked like. That's awesome.
Here's a question regarding the hub. Will the groups that transition from Workplace to Slack all be auto transferred to the hub?
It probably won't be. So probably won't be. It'll probably be some combination, but so.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned. We'll have more info in the future. Okay. Can't wait for the phone app for hub. Okay. Any other questions? While we got Glenn for 4 or 5 minutes more here. Appreciate the time, Glenn. This is awesome. Go ahead and raise your hand at this point, because I'm trying to keep up with the. How do we connect to Bold Trail with Claude? Can Claude connect to Bold Trail?
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's on a web page and you're logged in, you should be able to.
Okay. Coach Randy
and
Bird
they may have an API as well. So
Coach Randy Bird said, ask Claude. It will do it for you. You can do it through Zapier or an API. So just ask Claude. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
For me, it just told me exactly what to do. And then the secret is you just screenshot what it's doing on the side, put it into the Claude, and it just reads the whole screen and tells you what to do. It reads all the code. It's just ridiculous. It's good.
Okay, so some questions are, is this recorded? Some agents couldn't make it today. Yes, we're going to record every week's meeting. It's really valuable to show up live and do it. Put it as a reoccurring meeting in your calendar. Treat it like $1 million listing. Don't leave, because the leaders are really committed to stepping up and bringing in top-notch guests and trainers and content to implement in your business. You will find it on the hub. So we're going to drive you to the hub. I believe I don't know what's going on with the Facebook and Atomic Habits. We'll have to talk about that. You can always find it on my Matthew Stewart Real Estate YouTube channel. Some of the other leaders probably posted on their channel too. So it'll be out there, but I think the main place to look for that we want to drive you to is the hub, Now Nation, on the hub. All right.
Atomic Habits is being rebranded as Now Nation.
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. I think that's it. Nobody raised their hand. So
I just shared in the chat the link to the playlist that we built using Claude, so you can listen to that. I literally think you will get goosebumps. I haven't listened to anything but the beginning of that first song. That first song was fire. My guess is that this will just open your eyes to at least one use that probably nobody thought of before, which is how you can build and it sounds it sounds kind of like an odd use, but if you think about it, you could build an album for every one of the houses you sell.
Yep.
You could literally have Claude do it, and then you could literally give it as a closing gift, and they would just listen to it about their neighborhood, about the neighbors they're about to meet, the schools, and then of course a shameless plug for their realtor that just helped them find their dream home.
That's right. We have agents in here that are doing that. One of our leaders, Jackie McKelvin, I think I read in the post, she has a custom song for every closing. And then that prompted me to go, well, gosh, why don't you create a song on the 1-year anniversary? You used to give a postcard like happy anniversary. Why don't you make them a song and relive in the song some of the points that while they were going through the process of getting their first home or whatever, and how nervous they were and all that. Now they're a year, they're a homeowner. They're like, no problem. Right. That's a pretty cool thing. So, Anyway, Glenn, thanks so much. I mean, it just shows from top down that you would take time out of your calendar to come and be our first guest today. Oh, we have Don Yoakum with his hand up. Go ahead, Don. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted, thank you, Glenn. And wanted to also just let everybody know that we did secure Jesse Dow to talk about lead generation on YouTube for next week. So be here or be square. We will we'll keep it rolling with some great content.
And for those that came late, I just want to make sure you're clear on the scheduling of how things work. So always week 1 of the month, we call it first quarter, but it, like basketball theme. Week 1 is tech and AI. Week 2 or quarter 2 of the month is lead generation. So i.e. Jesse Dow is going to be our lead generation guest. Week 3, systems and process. Week 4 of every month, client presentation and engagement. And then if we have a month that has a 5th week, we call it overtime, and we're going to do some agent attraction or bring in a big name guest and so on to rock your world for overtime. All right. So that's kind of the lay. And because somebody asked, is this like a monthly meeting? No, it's every week, but we have a different theme every week, and they're going to build on each other and so on. So.
Well, I just want to shout out real quick. Thank you so much for Glenn for being here. I mean, how many organizations that are the size of this, 90,000 agents where you can pick up your phone and the founder is going to answer the phone and join our meeting. So, well, thanks, everyone. Thank you, Matthew. You all got your inspiration. Time to put in the perspiration. Let's go now, nation, because why? It's now or nothing.
Play that music, Courtney.
Play the music. Glenn, play the music. Now or never.